Okay, guys, so it's the next day, the 11th of June, and just past 4 o'clock. Yeah, more like getting to 5 o'clock. But I woke up, man. Everything's hurting. Back's hurting, neck, oof, strained. Traps are hurting. Parts of my shoulders are hurting. Lower back is hurting. Not hurting, but it's just like I could feel it. So I mean, I worked well. I put in some good effort, and I put some tape around my finger. Basically, this hand right here, the skin's ripped off, and I've got shoulders, arms, and to do. So I'm gonna do that today. But I was like, you know what? Yeah, since this skin, this part of my finger is ripped, why don't I just put all of them? Let me get my Michael Jackson out. My hee hee. You know what I'm saying? So like that's so crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, Michael Jackson, he had so much drip. Yeah, he made tape look drippy. Like, tell me anyone that's alive right now can make hand tape look drippy. I don't think so. Like Michael Jackson really out here, like the GOAT, the king of pop. My guy made tape look drippy. So I was like, you know what, yeah, let me just put some tape on and let's go to the gym. I'm gonna do shoulders, chest, and arms. It's a bit of a weird combination, but let's figure something out. Let's just keep doing it and let's just see what happens. So yeah, gonna do that and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. So let's go to the gym.
And I've always believed like I'm the Michael Jordan of this industry. When I'm on the air, I'm the one that will make you want to hear from me. I don't care who I'm on the air with. I don't care who it is. It does not matter to me. By the time I finish speaking, I am the one that you're going to want to listen to. That's my attitude. If this requires 100%, and you give me 99, I might want to fire you. Because I'm about getting the job done.
Sure.
It's about the results. And I think that, unfortunately, when we look at our generation today, not enough people preach about that. Because I think that we live in a society where people have become masters at pointing the finger at other people as to reasons why things don't get done. I think there's too much explanation that goes on. But the bottom line is you ain't getting it done. And if you're not getting it done, I need somebody that can get it done. I am of the belief that if you truly adopt that belief in your soul, then you walk to work every day not looking for excuses. You're looking for a way for the job to get done. And in most instances, you are going to be successful than not. You want to go with status quo, you're perfectly, fine with flowing along, just
safe,
to get along,
secure.
Safe, secure, whatever. But when you're trying to win, you're constantly looking to get better. My philosophy is very, very simple when it comes to my family, particularly, me being a dad. If they're hungry, it's because I'm starving. I don't eat until they eat. I'm not comfortable until they're comfortable. I don't have unless they have. That's the mentality, and that's the mentality that I strictly get from my mother. And so for me, having that kind of mentality, well, what comes with that? What comes with that is a certain work ethic that you have to put forth, and it's a willingness to sacrifice. Am I the most disciplined person in the world? No. Am I the most meticulous person in the world, like some people would believe? No, I'm meticulous enough and I'm disciplined enough. But I think the key thing is that the bottom line is everything to me. And whatever the bottom line requires is what I'm going to do. If the bottom line requires an excessive level of discipline, I'm going to do it. But to me, it's whatever the moment or the situation demands. And I'm a bottom lines oriented kind of person. You don't assume that opportunities are waiting for you. You know obstacles are standing at every door.
Right.
And so that challenge that you have to embrace and you have to deal with, that's hard to deal with when you have achieved. You don't work hard to play hard. You work hard to have the ability to play when you want to.
That's a good
But there's a difference. You handle your responsibilities first. And when you work hard and you have that sense of pride, it goes right out the window if you utilize your efforts in the wrong fashion. But when you do what's right, and it's based off of that effort that you put in, then you feel good about it because you took care of your responsibilities. Then you can go play. And I was not always confident. There's no doubt about that. I've always had my insecurities. What I firmly believed in was, as it pertained to me, was that I always worked hard. I was never lazy. I was always somebody that believed in hard work. Betting on yourself is believing in you. Knowing who you are, what you're worth, having an idea about it anyway, and willing to work towards that, to validate that reality. That's betting on yourself. It's your job. And if you can't do it, you scratch, claw, and even die trying. We make excuses every day, all of us as human beings. On far more occasions than not, I have to speak on the issue of accountability as it pertains to the entire sports world. And when it comes to the issue of accountability, I get all of that from Mom. It happened with ESPN when my contract wasn't renewed back in 2008. I was sitting up there, I felt betrayed. I felt ticked off. My mother let me lick my wounds for a couple of days. And then she said, what could you have done better? You sure you didn't do anything? And I thought about all this stuff. I'm like, what is she talking about? This is just not true. This is not right. I work hard, I do this, I do that. And then I started thinking about it. Yeah, I was a pain in the ass. I did kind of complain a little bit too much. But the biggest thing that I remember doing is that I always came to the bosses with problems. I never came to them with solutions. It was always about the problem, never the solution. And I learned when I sat back and reflected on the mistakes that I had made in my career at the time, I learned that no boss wants to talk to anybody that doesn't have solutions. Instead of working around the clock trying to figure out what somebody else wants from you, good or bad, there are moments that crystallizes it for you in your mind. Pay attention and you'll see what they are. And you'll know what to do accordingly. That is what I believe makes me the best. It's my commitment to excellence for the collective whole.
Okay, guys, so it is about 10 o'clock. You may be thinking it took you about 5 hours to do the exercise. No, I didn't take that long. I left at about 5:30 and got there about 6-ish or so. And then I left at 8. Yeah, because I went pretty much during peak time. And then they had a class going on, so I had to move all my stuff. Like I said, it's always about the setup. Setup's always the longest part. So that happened. And then people were like, oh my gosh, this guy's doing handstand push-ups. So they start talking to me and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of what I do. Yeah, so that happened. And so one of the trainers, one of the workers, just like talking to me like, so how'd you get into it? I was like, this is how it is. And one thing is just don't be scared. So for example, she'll talk about how do you do those handstand push-ups. I was like, obviously you got to learn the basics and stuff. But I think the most important thing is just don't be scared. If you're willing to say, you know what, you're going to fling your legs up in the air. You got to do it. You can't have that, you can't have that little doubt in you, And if you fall, you fall, but don't fall because you put doubt in your head. Fall because, hey, you just don't have the strength to be able to hold yourself. That's fine. Do you know what I mean? So, don't have those doubts. If you're going to do handstand push-ups or anything like that, just don't have doubts. Just fling yourself in the air and see what happens. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, obviously, if you're going to fall. I fall so many times, but it's just like I said, just don't have that doubt. Don't have that fear. Obviously, you're not super high in the air, so you're not going to kill yourself. Well, let's hope not anyway, but you see what I'm saying? Just get rid of the fear and just fling yourself in the air. So that's what I was telling the trainer, because people want to do calisthenics, but they just don't know how to get into it. I was like, all right, cool. Maybe they're trying to tell me something. I don't know. But anyway, no. And then some of the sets I just didn't film because one, there's lack of space, and two, it's just like I couldn't do it because some people were just walking back and forth. I really literally couldn't do it. But I did the rear delt fly for the first time. Not for the first time, but I did it with a heavy weight. I was like, whoa. First time I felt something there. The bicep curl, it's a bit of 50-50. I'm still trying to figure out how to feel it properly. I don't know. Maybe I have to do it with dumbbells or something because I'm not feeling it properly. So may need some tweaking. When it comes to the tricep extensions, I may have to use a different grip or handle. So because I personally didn't like that handle too much, the first one. So it still wasn't working for me. It was hurt my wrist bone and stuff. And so I was like, oh, it's a bit 50-50. But this is the thing with experimenting. It's gonna take time. You're gonna figure out what you don't like. You can figure out what you do like. It's gonna take a while, but that's why they're taking a bit. That's why it's taking some time. And obviously, I'm getting used to doing more sets. So maybe it's either I do 2 sets and I just go hard, or I do 3 sets, 4 sets, and I'm still figuring out. And that's just the whole journey. That's the whole game. Figuring out until you find something that works for you, and you got the balance of intensity and time. So that's the balance. I'm still figuring out. I think, a lot of people are figuring out as well, trying to find that balance. Because, 2 hours is a long time to be in the gym. So I'm still figuring out. I don't think it's my lack of stamina. Like I said, set up the amount of people there, and just figuring things out, trying new things. So it's gonna take a while, but eventually, as long as you keep doing it, as long as you being consistent and just tweak little things here and there, eventually it'll work. I'm telling you. But yeah, I could tell you about another whole story before, but I don't want to make this too long. But actually, I will say this. So obviously, you may think 10 o'clock, but I was in my grandma's house, and she's like, oh, she's trying to make this thingy for Eid. She's trying to make these clothes for Eid, which is like in a couple of days. And I was like, oh great, I have to go to my grandma's. But I was like, you know what? Yeah, if I go, I could chill there, and then I could play Maghrib, which is like just down the road. So I was like, you know what? I actually don't mind. If I was like this, let's say a year or two ago, would I have thought like that? I don't think so. But I'm telling you, like every situation is an opportunity. I'm telling you, every situation is an opportunity. So I had to think about it like that. I'm like, it's an inconvenience, yes, because she could just send me the video or send me the picture of like, okay, this is what I need, and this is what you got for, the 2 verses, because she needs certain type of needles for her sewing machine and whatnot. But I was like, I'm going there, I'm gonna see my grandma, and then you know what? Since I'm there, I could go to the mosque and pray Maghrib, and I did, and it was nice. So I was like, does the benefit outweigh the cost of my inconvenience? Yes, it does. So I went, and so you got to think like that. Every opportunity, every situation has an opportunity. So now I'm actually gonna end the video. So like, comment, sub, do all that YouTube stuff, and yeah, take care and peace, guys.